What up, party people? So, it's quiet. It's 9:09 here in Missouri. All the kids are up, but they haven't been out here for 10 minutes. So, I assume it's a good time to start tarot reading. And the baby's downstairs taking a night, but they'll probably be up. So, anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Today is another general tarot card reading. If it resonates with you, then it's for you. If not, don't make it fit. Alright, just shuffling the deck. I feel like there's people watching me. So, there's always somebody watching, you know. It's usually kids, but yes. Okay. Tater Timmons. I love it, Mandy. You're so freaking clever and witty. Look what I tell you. Here comes somebody right now. Oh, it's the ice. What, honey?
I don't think my Xbox is gonna work with the disc because it keeps like there's nothing in it, but it keeps like ejecting like a disc.
Is it for the Xbox though? That you know what I mean? It might, and if not, we'll just get all the games that download. Okay. All right, Mandy. Let's see. We have an emotional withdrawal, so maybe you're withdrawing, you know, from how you really feel about a certain situation. Again, that's not for me to decide. Sorry, Isis. Just have patience. It looks like you're planning something. Not really sure, but you're planning. And there's nothing wrong with that. And stand your ground, speak your piece, and speak your truth. Remember, because just because they might not agree with you doesn't mean it's not right. Okay? Follow your own good advice because you offer the best advice, you know, because only you know yourself. Yeah, it's a transformation time. You're transforming, which I already know. And it's like now that you're more aware of that transformation process, it doesn't really bother you. It's shedding the old skin, coming into the new, right? And balance. Life is about balance. It's a balancing act, you know, juggling, things like that. It's making the best of the situation at hand, you know, knowing your worth, you know, loving yourself. It's seeing the progress that you've made. Because even though I know that, you've got to know that, which you do, but, you know, we all wobble occasionally. All right. You're getting over conflict, getting over feeling defeated. You're no longer defeated. You're feeling good about the choices that you make, as you should. It's okay to ask for validation. We all need it, you know, even myself. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Getting over that, pushing that back to the past where it belongs. Seeing the new you, the greatness, the awesomeness, and things like that. Hey, Kathy. And you are the authority figure, and that's where your judge of character. You can only judge yourself, and it doesn't really matter what other people think. Okay, and it's recognition and a reward. It's like, I know that you've been getting gifts and stuff, which is pretty cool. Just accept it for what it is. You're a good person. You deserve nice things. You deserve someone that's going to treat you well, that's going to shower you with affection, appreciation, love, material things. There is nothing wrong with being spiritual and having nice stuff, because everything is spiritual, everything. You know, it's just how someone's looking at it. You're not greedy, you're not possessive, you're not, you know, seeking attention. It's someone is rewarding you with things that you deserve, and there's nothing wrong with that. And having a firm foundation, which is believing in yourself. It all goes back to self-love, self-caring, self-knowledge, self-worth, blah, 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 blah. Sound like a broken record, but it is what it is. All right, Kathy, I don't know if you're still here, so I'll just go ahead and get you some cards. Got one that came out. She Who Thrives. So it's flourish, prosperity, and blossom. It's It's knowing the changes and the growth that you have been seeking. But it's like, it's there for you. You just need to acknowledge it. Okay. Then you had she who sees. You see all this stuff, you perceive information, you know it. It's just being confident in what you see and what you know, and never self-doubt, because you're always going to be right. It doesn't matter if it's right for them. That's why, it doesn't work for them, but it works for you. And that's all that, that's the only thing that matters. Understanding yourself, you're compassionate, you're kind, you're caring, you're loving, you're there for, your kids, your grandchild. It only gets better and better. Things like that, especially if you look at it like that. Then it's she who enfolds. Embracing this, self-care, whether, you just enjoy going to yard sales, finding yourself a heck of a deal, doing the things that you're passionate about, and it doesn't matter. Again, being spiritual has nothing to do with having, like things, material possessions. You're being blessed with that. The universe is giving back because that's what you deserve. That's what you want. That's what you crave. Not to mention you're also getting love and respect and appreciation that goes along with that. You got to let go of the fear and being wary about a situation or people, because remember, you gotta, not that you're in somebody else's business, but that you just gotta mind your business and everybody else will mind their own. Because if we inject ourselves or whatever into someone else's experience, it doesn't sit right with us because it's not our experience. We're just, we're all weaving together. So that's for them to decide. So let go of the fear and just trust that everything that happens, it happens for a reason. I know that you're aware of that, but sometimes we just need a little nudge, a reminder, something like that. And a desire, you're yearning and longing, or pining for whatever it is. That's for you to decide, but you have all that. You just need to remember that you have all of it. Like I said, we all have our good days and we all have bad days, so I wouldn't be concerned. Like I said, you already know you're very ambitious, you're confident, and things like that. So don't be concerned with that. Everything is happening because it's supposed to, and it's always going to be good. Something like that. Mandy, let me read this. I felt like I was making a good decision, but now I'm not so sure. Problem is I don't want to be hurt by this person by walking away. Okay, so you kind of just answered your own thing. You were making a good decision, but because you kept thinking about it, and your perception or your perspective on that other person walking away, that's where you're second guessing yourself. If they do walk away, it's like you're learning from it anyway. So what does it matter if they walk away? There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's always going to be, someone else. There's nothing wrong with that. It's an experience, and that's what we're supposed to have. So let that person come on your path. And if they're not for you, well, then you know that they're not for you. How are you going to know if you don't try? So I would say try, and if they let you down, it's just because of how you're looking at it, Oh, well, then you already know. Then walk away. Yep. Don't second guess it. Just walk away, Empower, uplift, and elevate. So you'll notice that the people that you used to mesh with, you no longer mesh with, because they're not on the same frequency, on the same vibration. That is, living and learning. You might have a bestie that's no longer your bestie. Like, take me and you for an example. We used to walk to school together, just two, but just between me and you right now. I would come up to your house, you would come down and pick me up. We used to walk to school, but then, we weren't really that great of friends then later on because, we found other cliques and stuff, but then look how we ended up back together. So we all meet for a reason. We all learn and grow with each other. Sometimes we grow this way, and sometimes we grow up or down or to the side. It doesn't really matter because it's all experiences. We were kids, but then we ended up, it's a part of life. You grow and you expand, and then you'll notice that people just come and go. I've accepted that fact. you know, I only had a couple besties in my life, and it's like, if they either love you or they hate you, if they want you around, and they're vibing low, then it's like they won't be able to reach you, or, you know, they'll get sidetracked or whatever, something like that. It's, we're all connected, but we only, like, I can drop myself down, but they can't come up to my level in a sense. So, am I willing to risk my vibration for someone else? Absolutely not. But if you feel as if you need to walk away, then that's what you should do. Walk away. You know, that's, you know best what you want to do. So walk away if that's how you feel. You gained and you learned knowledge from this person. You know, you got to experience what you don't like, so you know for sure what you do like. And this, you know, I keep saying about the pandemic, but that's what this is all about. People are defining what they want, what they don't want. You know, how to love yourself more, because you're going to be stuck in the house with yourself. It's about, it's not about tolerating, it's about what you really, really want. And there's some things and people and circumstances and situations that you'll just be like, I don't fucking want it. So you had to experience the bad, so you know what you want for the good. Yes, something like that. All right, now let's look at the Rebel deck, the deck with attitude. Yeah, and it all goes back to, you don't really know until you try, you know? You got all that stuff in front of you, and it's like, let me try it. I've never had, you know, caviar or whatever, and you're like, I'm not really into that fish taste. Or, you know, you got to sample different things. We can't all be tied down to one thing. All right, so this is make it rain. So maybe people are making it rain on you. That's good. There ain't nothing wrong with getting that cash and those materialistic type things. There's nothing wrong with that. It says, fuck, shit is about to get real. You need your people around you. Well, we're always here. It's just whether or not you want to reach out or not. And you do. And vice versa, you know, like I need your help with tech stuff and you need my help with whatever. And it's like a give and take. So that's what makes us so compatible, you know, because we understand that we both don't know everything, but, you know, like I teach you whatever and you teach me. It's like having kids, you know. So, hey, Eve. Hey, Dawn. I hope everybody is doing well out there. Let's see, Eve. The Rebel deck, what it has to say. Eat your fucking vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. Maybe you're having too many McDonald's fries or something, or drinking too many beers. I don't know. That's not for me to decide. I'm just giving you examples. Getting back to Mother Nature, things like that. Let me pull out another one of these. Let's do an oracle. Eve, have you guys been getting like a lot more invitations to do more karaoke or DJing or whatever it's called? I'm sorry if I botched up that terminology. It just seems like you got this accelerated motion. You guys got more things coming at you, whether it's different gigs or hanging out with the kids more, something like that. You know, hey, Brandy. All right, so it's like discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiosity. Maybe you guys are at a point in your life where you're like, fuck this, I don't really care. Like, we got that cash. We experience, so you don't want to try new things. But I think that you should. But it does seem like there's a lot of offers coming to you. But if you don't feel right about it, then don't do it. But if you just don't want to do it because you're like, what if we don't have the right kind of equipment? Something like that. Y'all are the fucking shiznit back home, you know what I mean? So I haven't even found a karaoke bar around here, which that'd be so cool. But you know, that's not for these people here, I guess. What else? And we live in a big ass city. I ain't driving nowhere. But anyway, so Eve, this is for you. Don't allow anger to rule you, but it's in a reversal. So it's like you no longer just react to a situation. It's more of just, you're like, I don't really care. Like, I'm too old for this shit. I don't need that drama, blah, 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 you know, stuff like that. Little by little, you chisel that shit away. So, but it takes life experience to know that. And you guys are at your prime, and you just know what's good for you and what's not good for you. So kudos to y'all, you know. And then we have investigate, look closely, ask questions, and think before acting. We know that you do that, so that's no big deal. So it's just like reaffirming that you know you're on the right path, that you're discovering what you need to. The universe will always give you what you want and what you need. It's just like, are you open to receive it? You know, but looks like to me you're doing great. You have changed quickly. So, and that's not bad. That's really good. So it's like this ascension, for whatever reason, maybe you had to experience something that you didn't like to know that, you know, absolutely this is what you want, this is what you need, and this is how you're going to go about doing it, you know? Something like that. And right, you got, you know, you don't take any shit. There's a lot of people that will, you know, just immerse themselves in or inject themselves into a situation. And it's like, why would you do that? Because some people don't learn. They got to learn the hard way. But words are just words. It's life experience that teach, you know, so kudos to you. More people should be like that. All right, so it's like, wake up, it's your moment. But you already know that it's your moment. So it's like, again, just another validation that you're on the right path. Y'all are doing what you're supposed to do. So it doesn't really matter what anybody feels, thinks, or says, because you already fucking know. And it's messages for a rabbit, service to the animal world. Maybe you got a new pet. Maybe you're thinking about getting one, to have a new companion, something like that. So that kudos to you if that's what it is. But it's like, maybe you're volunteering your time, or you're feeding stray cats, you know, putting food out there for them, whatever it is, whatever you're doing. It's like the universe sees it and it's always there for you. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Paige. Hello, Trevor. You can come out. Okay, so law is not justice. It says that rules are not fair. That's because everybody is different, and they have these rules in place for the I'm gonna just say, the bad people. Even though they're not bad, they're just making mistakes. You know, there are bad souls, or not bad souls, but we have to learn sometimes by doing bad shit to figure out that wasn't good for us. And then, you know, but these rules are in place so that the bad people, you don't have to follow too. But a lot of us don't need that, so that's no big deal. All right, so let's see. Let's pull out the regular tarot. You okay? Okay. You're bored? No. Go catch some of those animatronics. All right. So somebody is trying to test an idea, but this idea that they want, they feel like they have to defend themselves with it. Not really sure. It's some kind of fire energy. It's like you're committed. You're brave, and you're standing up for what you believe in, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this other person, it's an obstacle, it's opposition for them, and they don't like it because maybe before you weren't assertive, or maybe you didn't speak your piece or your truth or what you really wanted, and you kind of went along with it, and now they're kind of like sidetracked, like, what the hell is going on? You know, they're not like this, and you know, but people change, grow, and expand, and there's nothing wrong with that. So whoever this is for, you keep on doing what you want. Don't worry about what someone else has to say, because it only matters what you think and feel. That again, so you're a leader, you lead by example, you're a trendsetter, not a trend follower. You have, you're working towards your success, and it can only go forward and up from here. It's an extension. It's growing, it's expansion, it's you know what you want, it's knowledge of self-worth. And this other person might not like it, or, you know, in a sense, maybe you're an advocate for the little person. And again, that's great. That takes a lot to stand up for others, because a lot of time the little people are knocked back because they feel as if they don't have a voice. So there's somebody else in their corner, and there's nothing wrong with advocating for humans, for people, for soul's growth, for love. Pentacles. So It's like you're confident, you're receiving incentives. Now, incentives doesn't necessarily mean bonuses or money or monetary value, but it's showcasing your abilities. It's being confident in yourself. It's success how you define it. It's a radical independent approach to life, to the world, to whomever. It's like waving your freak flag and not caring what other people think about it, and that's what you should do. It's you're relying on yourself and not really caring what other people think, and that is the way to go. Be a leader and not a follower. We got another one for wands. Now this has to do with working, wands does, but also this is working on self-improvement, not emotional type stuff, just knowing your worth, knowing the truth about yourself and your greatness, your awesomeness, something like that. It is about dropping unnecessary baggage and leaving that shit in the past where it belongs, but it's you're fine-tuning yourself, fine-tuning, figuring out what you really, really want in this life, so something like that. Absolutely, Eve, being that advocate for others that don't get to speak it. And, I believe that to be true because I am goosing up over here like crazy. I do know you, but it's like, don't forget, being a self-advocate, sometimes we forget to just speak for ourselves as well. And that's something that we can't really forget. We need to remember that even though we're there for everyone speaking their truths or trying to help them see their shining bright, we need to do that for ourselves as well, And it's okay to toot your own fucking horn. Toot, you should, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Unless you have friends like me or associates, whatever. Something like that. Yep. But somebody around someone is feeling guilty, like they're feeling selfish, that they can't, and they can, but they're feeling like if they get out there and put themselves out there like that, they're going to be thought of as a narcissist or they love themselves too much. I used to look at that like that, before, but it's like no longer. It's just I'm going to know my self-worth and my awesomeness. And if I don't know that, how can anybody else see that? But now I do, and I don't really give a flying fuck what anybody feels about that, because let them call me a narcissist, because I'm not. And I know I'm not. It's just being confident, not conceited, being confident and knowing my awesomeness, but before, somebody was feeling bitter towards a situation, feeling obsessed with someone or a certain situation. There were problems, they were feeling miserable, but it's like not anymore. They learned how to get over that feeling, they weren't really causing problems, or they weren't obsessed with trying to better themselves. It was just, it looked like that. That's somebody else's opinion on the matter, So again, that's for them. You can't convince anybody, to change their beliefs. They would have to want to do that. So kudos to whomever that's for. And just award yourself. Embrace your awesomeness. Know it, feel it. Don't worry about slipping up, because like like my post says about taking detours, maybe you do want to walk the straight and narrow, but why not take a detour on a side road and see what the universe has to offer, what God created, all the scenic route in life. There's nothing wrong with taking the long way. You don't need to get on the highway and get there fast. It's okay to go to the side, or you go to a dead end, but it's like, oh, okay, well, I know not to go down that road again. It's all our perception or how we perceive certain things. So, and again, that's not a big deal. And let's just do one more. Someone was feeling hesitant or stuck or undecided, but they weren't saying how they really feel about something, but they're over that. They moved on and they can see the big picture. So it's like, don't run away from yourself. And if you make mistakes, that's all there are. They're learning experiences. We need to make mistakes. I know I learn best by making mistakes, so that's what we got to do. So that's all I really got for you guys today. Deuces. Oh yeah, and you know how to get a hold of me if you want to read it.